We're watching the Canadian election. Riveting, I know. Now we just had three Liberal seats. Now we have two. They switched, and now the Conservatives have 3 seats. Now are they calling? Maybe they must have called it wrong. I'm wondering if they're calling the seats once they know each seat is like fully in, or if they're predicting them. Like, are they just predicting this? No. See, so they've only taken in 12 of 233 polls. And like here in Labrador, I didn't know Labrador was one riding. But anyway, it looks like the Liberals are poised to win here. But again, we have 3 of 85 polls reported. But, don't look at that. I think it's safe to say that stop the count. Pierre Poilievre's going to win in a blowout. Look at that. Look at that number. Oof, and it just went up. Yeah, it's over for the Liberals. Yeah, it's over. That's what happens when you do woke. Go woke, go broke. You know? I'm really waiting for this one. Like, this province, this part of Quebec, when it comes in, is going to decide the election. Trust me. And the way I actually predict elections is I have a system of 49 keys that I use to analyze the specific conditions of each election. And I've predicted 3 of the 89 most recent elections to occur globally, so I think I know what I'm doing. But what I want to tell you is that there's a theory, it's called the Grand Attack Hypothesis. And that theory, why don't we just go look it up, shall we? We'll take a look at Grand Attack Hypothesis. So read this. So follow along with my highlighter. So, as you can see, the planetesimal disk is truncated at 1.0 astronomical units. Obviously. And so, the reason I'm bringing that up is because this writing, this writing there's space dust that's coming from, it's going to be coming from Jupiter, from the truncated planetesimal disk. And there's a 72% chance that one of those asteroids hits Kenora Kiwatinong. And the danger here is that it could, leave an impact crater that could significantly decrease voter turnout. But that's a very low chance. It's a moderately low chance of that happening. But that's my 48th key. I have 49 or 48 other ones. And promise I'm not woke. I'm sick. But I've been spending too much time around Whole Foods, and all those liberals, all the libs. They got me all libbed up. See, here, This riding is going to be huge. Winner of this riding determines the winner of the entire parliamentary election. So actually I'm predicting a Bloc Québécois sweep. I predict the next Prime Minister of Canada will be this guy. Now look at this. NDP actually got votes. This is an example of a calculation error because NDP will not get any votes. NDP is going to win 4 seats. Down here is New York State. They're not included in this build yet. So Malpeque is in. That's good. And it looks like Heath MacDonald's going to win, which is good. Because if he would have lost, that would have eliminated my 32nd key, which is the MacDonald-Carney connection. And that is a theory that when Jupiter's aligned in the sky, as it is, and if Mercury is in retrograde, and if the temperature is precisely 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which it is, and Heath MacDonald wins his riding in Prince Edward Island, then there's an 89.10% chance that Mark Carney will be the next Prime Minister of Canada. Now, that's not taking into account Blanchet. As you can see, it appears right now that the Conservatives are holding a lead. But actually, Mark Carney is holding the lead. Based. He looks like the G-Man. He looks like the G-Man from Half-Life, which is awesome. I love the G-Man. Oh, his beard is so cool. Like, I'm always impressed by a good beard. My father never really grew a lot of facial hair until he was like 23. And I grow a mustache. I get a neck beard, but I don't really get much more than that. This is a shame. This is big. Hold on, Jamie, clip that. Jamie, clip that. So, Ted Falk is Swedish. This is his great-grandmother. It's true. Many people are saying, you know, they actually forgot one candidate on this, and that's Donald Trump. They forgot to put President Trump, because he's going to win, bigly. Unironically, he tweeted out today that they should vote for, basically that Canadians should vote for him. That's my president. This is huge. Get it? It's a huge territory. So keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on this one. Right. This is huge. Annabelle LaFond-Poirier. She actually has wizard powers. And so when she's elected, she will put a spell of blessing on the new prime minister. But Gaetan Matthew, he's got beef with Annabelle. They don't get along. That's because he was born with magic, but he had it taken away by a sorceress when he was young. And this gentleman, no idea what he's talking about any time. You know? He actually used to be a traveling magician. He used to be a traveling magician. And you see this PPC? That's short for Personal Porridge Confections. Yeah. You'll notice Personal Porridge Confections. So he left his magician business to make porridge. And now he's running for office, riding on his porridge successes. I think we're getting close to being able to call it. Many of my keys are actually being filled already. See this? That's the old 7-3 theorem. That's the theorem that if at the beginning of the polls coming in, the Liberals have 7 seats and the Conservatives have 3, that means the Liberals are going to win. So I think I'm pretty certain. Now we have 8. That's even better. This is the 16th and 17th keys, respectively. That's even better. But we have to watch out for the grand tack theorem, especially here. It's going to be really dangerous. See, this isn't good. Don Bradshaw behind. Yeah, that's not good. Don Bradshaw is soul tethered to Mark Carney. If he loses, one of Mark Carney's Horcruxes is gone, and that's not good. Because then Pamela Geiger will attempt to wrest control of the Long Range Mountains. Are you seeing this? 30 of 253? That's an exaggeration. It's actually, there's not that many polls. There's actually roughly 4. I'll show you where. There's a poll here. There's a poll here. There's a poll there. There's a poll there. So, every year, every election year, it's tradition for Newfoundlanders to row their boats out to the election polls. You'll notice that the polls for central Newfoundland, here, and here. So, In Newfoundland, it's actually against the law to have a poll on the mainland. Well, the funniest part about that, of course, is that Newfoundland itself isn't on the mainland. Anyway, we're hoping Don Bradshaw pulls this out. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues. And if Don Bradshaw loses, that takes down key 205, or 25, I apologize. And then you really have to worry about Jupiter. They're at 9-3, 9-3. Now, in the business, this is what we call a rat in the bag. And that means the election's done. I'm calling it for the Liberals. I think I've seen enough. Elbows up, Canada. Peace.